Mustn't worry about that, ma'am, and I'm very grateful to you for this additional information. Now, if you'll allow me, I'll see you to the door.
But as I was with her when she came to report it, I thought it no more than my duty to come here and explain. I must say, if there are any beings on other worlds, I can't think why they want to come to our world. Can you?
Now you mention it, ma'am, I can't either.
We seem so terribly overcrowded already, don't we? It was different when I was a girl. Quite different.
Superintendent! Ah, your umbrella, ma'am. You left it behind.
I'm always leaving it. I don't like it very much, really. Perhaps that's the reason. Well, I won't keep you, Superintendent. Thank you very much for being so understanding.
Thank you, Mrs. Wilberforce, for being so helpful. We're always more than pleased to see you.
Thank you. Miss Whipple, has there been anyone about the advertisement? Never mind. Thank you all the same, Miss Whipple. All right, my dear. I haven't been gone so very long. Oh, darling, butter. Oh. I long for justice.
Mrs. Wilberforce?
Yes?
I understand you have rooms to let.
Oh, the rooms, yes. Won't you come in, please?
Thank you. My name is Marcus.
How do you do, Mr. Marcus?
Professor Marcus.
Oh, how do you do, Professor? Yes, I have two right there. Yes, would you excuse me a moment while I put this away, please? I'm afraid it's quite impossible to make it hang evenly, Professor Marcus, because of the subsidence.
Subsidence?
From the bombing, none of the pictures will.
You have no other lodgers.
Oh, no, the upper floors are no longer structurally sound. But the two rooms at the rear, they're quite all right.
Then you live here all alone?
Yes, I think I should tell you, Professor, I'm unable to provide breakfast or early morning tea. This is the sitting room, and the bedroom is just down here. These rooms do need an airing, don't they? I'm afraid there's no proper service. And the view is, well...
Most exhilarating. The rooms will suit me admirably, Mrs. Wilberforce.
Oh.
I shall move in tomorrow, if that is convenient to you.
Tomorrow? Oh!
What's that? Who's talking?
Oh, it's only General Gordon. He belonged to my late husband. I had 4.
Husbands?
No, parrots. And now I've only 3.
Parrots? Oh, there's one small point, Mrs. Wilberforce. Some friends and I have formed a small musical group. A string quintet, in fact.
Then you're a musician? A professor of music?
No, merely an amateur, you understand. But we have been looking for somewhere to practice. Now, would it be agreeable to you
if you were to practice here? Oh, Professor Marcus, I should be delighted. I've always loved music. Now, if you're coming to my sitting room, I'll find your key. I've got a spare one here somewhere in my desk. I'll let you have it, then you can let yourself in, should I happen to be out when you arrive.
You know, I shall be able to let my friends in an evening. They can come without disturbing you.
Oh, it wouldn't disturb me in the least. A few friends. It'll be very pleasant having someone in the house again. These are my 3 little companions. You see, this is General Gordon. That will be him. This one is called Mildred.
I shall have to pay a few weeks in advance.
No, please. That will be quite well when you come tomorrow, and I shall have the rooms there. And if there's anything I can do, I do hope you won't hesitate to ask.
You're most kind. And if I may say so, you have a very curious, charming house. Such pretty windows.
Oh, thank you. I'm rather afraid the position...
I always think the windows are the eyes of a house. And didn't someone say the eyes are the windows of the soul?
I don't really know, but, oh, it's such a charming thought. I do hope someone expressed it.
Well, au revoir.
Good morning, Professor Marcus.
Till tomorrow.
Now, did you understand all that? We're going to have a guest in the house.
All right, Mrs. Wilberforce, I'll answer it. It must be my friends. Good evening, Major Courtney.
Good evening, Professor. I hope I'm not too early.
Not at all, not at all. Mrs. Wilberforce, may I present Major Courtney?
How do you do, Mrs. Wilberforce? I'm honored.
Come in, gentlemen, come in. May I introduce Mr. Lawson?
How do you do, gentlemen? Mr. Lawson?
And Mr. Robinson. Mrs. Wilberforce?
Mr. Robinson?
All right, thank you.
You're the cellist, Mr. Lawson.
What now?
He's the cellist.
Yeah, I'm the,
There's only Mr. Harvey to come. I think perhaps we might, go upstairs.
Yes. Excuse me,
Oh,
Mrs.
I'm so
Wilberforce.
sorry, Major.
Here. What's all this about, Doc? They count your instruments. Not Doc this time, Harry. Professor.
Good evening, Mr. Harvey. It is Mr. Harvey, isn't it?
Yes, it is Mr. Harvey. Come in, come in. The others are all here. Our Mrs. Wilberforce. Temperamental one.
Oh, I do hope you'll be comfortable, gentlemen.
Upstairs.
And I do wish you well with your efforts. Professor Marcus has told me so much about you. I really must just tell you how very happy I am to have you all here.
Thank you.
Who's she? What does she mean you told her so much about us? We're supposed to make noises with these things. What kind of noises?
She, not noises, one run. Music.
I said, what does she mean you...
Makes no sense. If we have to have someone to bring out the money, let's get a professional. Or bring it out ourselves.
Make a spectacular getaway, you mean? At 70 miles an hour in the heart of London in broad daylight.
Or take it back into the station
And send it out by train, what any intelligent policeman would expect us to do. With quite a flair, Louis, for the obvious. Can't you appreciate that Mrs. Wilberforce is not a mere appendage to my plan? She's a very core of it.
lopsided old grandma.
Yeah. How do we know we can trust her to do it right if she don't even know what she's doing?
One round.
Sweet little old lady like her. Just doesn't seem right for her to be working with us on a stick-up caper.
Tell you, I don't like old ladies. I don't like having them around. I can't stand them.
You've all become too absorbed. You and your guests might like a cup of tea.
Oh, you shouldn't.
You know, Professor, you didn't tell me the truth about yourself and these other gentlemen. Why, you're not the least bit like amateurs. You really must be professionals. You're every bit as good.
Not quite. Though we are rather proud of Mr. Harvey's dam.
And that pizzicato passage, Mr. Lawson, quite delightful. May I ask you where you studied?
Well, I didn't really study any place, lady. I just picked it up.
You know, I was so surprised when I heard what you were playing. It brought back something that really I've completely forgotten all about. My 21st birthday party. You see, my father had engaged a string quintet to come in and play in the evening. And while they were playing Boccherini, someone came in and said the old queen had passed away. Then everyone went home. And that was the end of my party. All that time ago, in Pangborn. Well, if you'll excuse me, I'll run and make the tea. The kettle must be nearly on the boil.
Who's she talking about? Oh, Queen who?
Look, I don't care how we do this job, but let's leave her out of it.
I say, hadn't we better discuss it later?
I don't want it discussed. I want it settled. Here and now.
All right, Louis. I'll put it to the vote. But understand this, no one is indispensable, and certainly not you, Louis. Only the plan is essential, the plan, my plan. Major, if we don't use Mrs. W, if we call in someone else, we'll each have to take a smaller cut.
Yeah.
Good, we see eye to eye.
I don't care what it means. I want her out of it.
2 for her, 1 against. Harry,
Oh, I just don't think we can depend on a screwy old dame like that.
it's up to you. 1 round.
Are you going to leave a decision like this to a thick-eared muscle man like him? How would he know?
What do you mean? I got a vote too, ain't I? It's a democracy, ain't it? What's the matter with muscle anyway? Okay, I'm with you and the Major. Mrs. Lopsided just got elected.
Of all the stupid ways to decide.
Bravo! A majority decision to do the intelligent thing. Louis, you accept that decision, or you pack up your fiddle and play elsewhere.
All right. But there's just one thing. I've never worked with you before, and I don't know anything about you. The Major has, and he says you've got quite a reputation as a master brain. He'd better be right.
You do your job as well as Mrs. W will do hers. I shall be well satisfied.
You just worry about your plan. Because her part of it sounds to me like something somebody dreamt up in the booby hatch to while away the...
Well, now, shall I be mother?
Train now arriving at platform 1 is the 1-5 from Cambridge.
Excuse me, Major Courtney. I wonder if perhaps you'd like some tea.
I wondered if perhaps you'd like some tea, Major Courtney.
No, thank you, Mrs. Wilberforce. Please don't bother.
I could make some coffee if you prefer.
No, thank you. You're very kind. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Mrs. Wilberforce.
So sorry to bother you, Major, but before you start again, would one of you hold General Gordon for me? I have to give him his medicine, you see. I can't quite manage by myself.
Mr. Robinson, would you mind giving Mrs. Wilberforce a hand?
It's a pleasure, Mrs. Wilberforce, I assure you. How's that for you, gentlemen?
Really kind of
Excuse
you,
me.
Mr. Robinson. He does dislike taking his medicine, but if
I'll
somebody...
do it right away for you.
I'm afraid it's rather nasty. I think I'd better ask the vet to make it a little more palatable.
Well, you leave it to me, Ma. I'm very good with birds.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Tea, coffee, mend the plumbing, give the parrot his medicine. Give the parrot his medicine.
Oh! Oh, I'm so sorry.
No,
I
it's
do
all right, Mrs.
apologize.
Wilberforce. No.
Oh, I assure you, he's never bitten anyone before.
Hasn't he?
I wonder how we're to get him down. Oh, I am so sorry, Mr. Robinson. I'll get a band.
No, don't bother, Mrs. Wilberforce. It's all right.
Swab the decks yourself, you filthy looking...
Oh, dear. Poor Mr. Robinson. I'm so sorry, Major Courtney, but I'm afraid General Gordon has bitten Mr. Robinson's finger. Now he's on the top of the cabinet and refuses to come down.
Mr. Robinson is on top of the cabinet.
Oh, no, Mr. Hardy. General Gordon. Mr. Lawson, you're the tallest. Do you think you could try to get him down for us?
Sure, I'll get him, Mum.
I feel I'm being such a bother.
How could you possibly think a thing like that?
You are kind. It's all the very fond of fellas, and they were at sea for many years with my husband.
Here, I'll do it.
All right.
Captain Wilberforce was in the mercantile marine. Oh, be quiet, you naughty bird. Hello.
Come here, birdie.
Do be careful, Mr. Lawson. General Gordon, Mr. Lawrence, no, you catch him. You catch him. Mr. Dawson, it's all right. We'll help you in a minute. General Gordon. Oh, Major. He must be here. Oh, Major, could you? Oh, Mr. Lawson, no, you're in the chair. Mr. Lawson.
Hey, give us a hand, will you?
The conservatory, what did he do? Oh.
I'll get him for you.
Yes, you let get him.
General. Nice birdie.
What are you doing?
I said it.
What are you doing?
Oh, there he goes.
Well, get him. Surely the three of you can catch a parrot.
But there's no ladder. Somebody has to go out of the window.
Go on, then. Lend him a hand. Get him.
I'm wounded in the hand. Get him yourself.
Oh, I do apologize for the disturbance. Now, you really mustn't trouble anymore. You know, the last time I just phoned the police, and they came round with the fire brigade in long ladders. Oh, the wicked bird. Job is General Gordon, too.
That's right,
He's
yeah.
the naughty one.
Well, don't worry about it. We saw the fire.
I'm not chasing any parrot. I don't care if he's a field marshal.
Oh, dear. General Gordon.
I'm not too keen on heights, you know.
Oh, never mind. You stay where you are. I'll get him.
I'm sorry, Mama, but,
Oh, it's all right. You couldn't help it. Mr. Lawson.
That's great. Now he's flown off again.
Major, was that your nose? Are you all right?
Good morning, Louis.
Why, there he is. Oh, I am so sorry you've been disturbed. Poor darling, he does so dislike taking his medicine. Why, I think that he's been so upset. I'll leave it until tomorrow.
Right. Tomorrow.
Oh, Professor, as the breakfast has already been interrupted, are you quite sure you wouldn't like
No,
tea?
thank you, Mrs. Wilberforce. No tea. Thank you, all the same.
Oh, well, I'll make quite sure you're not disturbed again. I must see what you causing all this to do. Such a disturbance to shut you in. You were a good little girl, but...
Nervous, Louis?
Let's get started.
yeah.
Now, Harry, the gun.
Right.
Thank you.
over here.
Now, what's all this about?
Hey!
Moving the hand down there.
Disturbance at King's Cross.
The train now arriving at platform 1 is the one side from Cambridge.
Here, Charlie, take this lot of parcels.
Yeah, all right.
Hello, N2GW from HBC. Urgent message begins. Car believed concerned in armed robbery, King's Cross area, found abandoned in Field Street.
the one.
There is no trace of stolen property.
Disorganise the entire running of the train.
Look, we know that, sir. We're going to check all luggage going out of
You
here.
can't hold up traffic on a mainline
We're
station.
sure the stuff is boarded here. We'll try and ship it out under our noses. We've got to check on all the exits. They must be inside. Yes, yes, all right. I'll phone the yard.
If you don't mind, just open up.
Excuse me.
Should it belongs to me, Aunt Kate, she just have to go in and leave me a few old knickknacks. Family items. Keepsakes, you might.
Excuse me. Could you tell me where I go to collect the trunk?
Just over there, madam, where it says parcels.
Thank you.
Now, how many pieces of luggage have you booked in the last 10 to 15 minutes?
Excuse me.
Just a minute, lady. You mean going out or coming in? Going out, leaving the station. How many? I'll have to check.
It's a trunk. Professor Marcus, who lodges with me, is having a trunk sent up from where I was in Cambridge. He's leaving today. He was so busy that he asked.
Cambridge for Marcus. Right, will you sign for it, please, Mum? There it is. Right. Going out. How many?
Oh, if you look at the list, will you?
Now, Major, before we start, let's press button A, shall we? That's better. Major, I want you to keep calm, speak quietly, and concentrate. Have you got that? Splendid. Mrs. W. should be coming into view just about... now. Now she's driving away. Major. Relax. Calm down.
Back to the station. She's come back to the station.
What's wrong?
Major, do it.
Major, tell me what's happening.
Do it.
Major,
Will you mind your own business, please?
Louis, give us a little, Louis. Hello, come on, let me hear what
Major,
I want to hear.
Major,
Hello.
You get out.
Louis, I want to hear what he said.
Major, tell me what's happening.
always leaving it.
Jimmy, what's she doing?
What's going on here?
It's all right. It's just that she went back to get her umbrella.
She could have shocked us all. The silly old...
What you knocking her for? She done it, didn't she?
We're nearly home, Louis. What can possibly go wrong now?
Driver, stop at once.
Hey, what? Oh, get out of here.
I say!
Oh, get out of here.
Young man, stop there. Young man, did you hear me? What are you doing to that horse?
Oh, get out of here. Is this your horse? Oh, get out of here. Go on. Go on. Get out of it. Go on. Shoot. Go on. Get out of it.
Young man!
Do you mind? Now, go on. Get out of it. Get this horse out the way there.
Will you leave that horse alone?
Look, missus, will you mind your own business and don't plod?
The boy, get out of his animal.
But, missus, you don't understand. He's been pulling me all the way down from Burton Street. He's had 3 pounds my best pippins, and it's around 6. He's at it again. Now, go on, get out of it. Go on, get out.
No, stop it this instant, or I shall report you to the authorities.
Look, missus, will you mind your own business?
Driver.
Look, missus, if you like the horse, if you don't want me to break all 4 of its legs, get him out of here!
Driver, I insist that you do something to stop this vicious brute.
Now, listen, Marty, this is no business.
Now, keep out of this. I'm warning you. Keep out.
You can stand there.
Get out. Now, get the old bitch out of here.
The boy, get out of his animal. He's hungry. You don't feed him enough. You're going to stand there while this foolish...
Look, he's actually dead.
Oh, boy, go for the constable.
Oh, no, no, please, get out. Now, lift it.
Steady on.
Stop it, I say. How this...
Focus, I knew it. Let's get out of here. Oh, slowly, drive round the corner and come back.
Constable, this ruffian...
He started it. How he under my cab? Your cab? Look up my barrow! Cowboy wagon, where's barrow?
I don't believe it.
I don't believe it.
Shut up.
It's just sitting there. Look, could we...
No one, I hope, is going to suggest that we steal it.
What's going on here, Sergeant?
A fight to the streets.
I'm so glad you're here.
Mrs. Wilberforce, what are you doing?
This note has been released.
You say you know her, and you let her walk around the house?
Don't you distress yourself, ma'am.
But you know what she's done.
Be quiet, I'll have you put in charge. Be quiet. Now, you better go home, man. Watson, take this lady home. Use my car.
And it's a brown ox, 11 years old, and answers to the name of Dennis.
This way, please. Could you put it there? That's right. Ah. So good of you. I do hope I haven't been a bother.
No, ma'am. It's all right.
Good afternoon.
The police, they're at the house, gradually,
I know,
right.
I know.
But where are the others?
The bogey's brought it home for her. What did you expect?
10 shillings. You see, the cabman wouldn't take any money because he said he was going into some other business. You know, I was even hoping you'd be able to play for me. Oh, yes, Marguerite. You know, if only you could have stayed just a few minutes longer. They will be so disappointed to have missed you. And as for me, well, I'm sad to see you go.
Gotta get my cello. Upstairs.
I only hope you enjoyed it as much as I have.
Indeed we have, madam. Thank you. Thank you.
Goodbye, Major Courtney. And I do wish you good fortune in your travels.
Thank you.
Oh, indeed I do. Oh, I'm so sorry. Goodbye, Professor Marcus. Goodbye, gentlemen. Goodbye.
Toodaloo.
Yes. Mr. Lawson, I must tell you, when I was listening to your playing of that Andante passage a while ago, I thought it the most sensitive playing I'd ever heard.
You thought it was good, eh?
Oh, yes, indeed.
Bye-bye, Mrs. Lump. Bye-bye, Mrs. Wilberforce. Thanks for the nice tea and everything.
Goodbye.
Bye.
What is that Norman playing at?
It's stuck in the door. The case is...
We'll ring the bell, Brains. Don't just stand there. Thank you.
It's all right, Mrs. Wilberforce. Everything's under control. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Get over in the car there.
Hey, there's my money.
Get out of it.
I tell you, we must do something.
All right.
She knows. She saw the money. She'll talk. And my picture's on file, and so is Harry's and yours. If they take her down to the gallery, she'll shop us. They've got our fingers and thumbs.
I don't quite know how to
I suppose
see
you're
it.
wondering about the money in Mr. Lawson's cello case.
So it's only natural that you should.
I don't think we told you that Mr. Lawson sold his butcher shop in Hammersmith.
That's right, I did.
Yes, he got the cash for it because there wasn't time to write a check.
I still don't quite understand.
You're wondering about the music. You're wondering how Mr. Mr. Lawson is able to play without a cello.
Yes, but, yes, he's going on this tour, and all he's got in there is no cello.
We must get her out of here. Snatch, get her into the car.
Good afternoon, Louisa. Good afternoon, Amelia. Oh, do come in. These are the...
Oh, thank you. Well able to stay to tea after all. Oh, how very, very nice. Oh, what an exciting surprise.
We'll have to take them both. We've got to get away.
Oh, excuse me, won't you? Good afternoon. And hi, let me present these gentlemen. Amelia, Professor Marcus, and Mrs. Major Courtney. Patricia, Major Courtney.
What do you think we should do? Charter a bus?
Mr. Hart's It is so, Louisa dear, I'm so sorry I'm late. But I don't have ladies, would you all please step into my sitting room? Ladies, there's been a terrible robbery at King's Cross Station at 1 o'clock this afternoon. The paper...
Oh, have you a paper? May I see the latest test score, please?
King's Cross Station. Yes, it must have been terribly exciting. The paper said...
Australia all out for 60,000.
Oh, well, yes, the paper say the police are not certain.
310 out for 310.
The police say they're not certain how the money was brought from the station. £60,000, they say. Ladies, please, if you don't mind, I'll step into the store for a few minutes. I'll be with you in a moment, but I've something of a very private nature to say to these gentlemen, Constance. I can't help it, I'm very sorry. I'm very sure I was asking you to step into the sitting room. I can't help it, my dear, I'm very sorry.
Slip out, move the curtain to the next row.
Right.
Leave that here.
Professor Marcus, I take it there's no need for me to look at the newspaper. Indeed, I thought not. I am shocked by this revelation. Shocked and appalled. And I must tell you, all of you, where's Mr. Robinson gone?
He'll be back in a moment.
Oh.
Now look, Mrs. We haven't got much time.
You held only late, I guess. Surely you didn't know I'm sure they had something to play to us. No, I could do that. I'm sorry, but we must go. Play, Louisa. I'm sorry, they still coming right. Nice when we're having our concerts. Come here, yes, we will have tea by and by. Now, Amelia, if you don't mind, they'll all come, I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure. No, at the bottom of the garden. It's the most jolly. Didn't you hear me say they'll just go in the sitting room? Yes, if you don't mind, I'm sure they'll come by and by. Well, there's nothing for it. You'll have to come in. But please remember this. These are some of my oldest and closest friends. They mustn't get the slightest inkling of this disgraceful affair. Oh, really, this is the most embarrassing position.
Embarrassing and humiliating.
Simply try for 1 hour to behave like gentlemen.
All right, ma'am.
No, please. Now, we will go in. I've been out there. Oh, that's very nice. I thought they'd never go home.
Mrs. Wilberforce, I don't think you quite understand the intricacies of this particular situation. And let me try to explain, Mrs. Wilberforce. You see, in this case, it would do no good to take the money back. As strange as it may seem to you, nobody wants the money back.
Oh, don't expect me to believe that.
But it's true, Mrs. Wilberforce. You see, this particular shipment of money was insured. So now the insurance company simply pays to the factory £60,000, and then, in order to recover its money, it puts 1 farthing on all the premiums, on all the policies for the next year. You see? So how much real harm have we done anybody? 1 farthing's worth, Mrs. Wilberforce, 1 farthing's worth, and you hadn't thought of it like that, had you?
Hey, you know what? I never thought of it like that either.
Surely it isn't as simple as all that.
I assure you, if we tried to take the money back now, it would simply confuse the whole issue.
You wouldn't even take it back.
Oh, that's perfectly true.
Oh, but it's quite ridiculous.
Before you speak, Mrs. Wilberforce, has it occurred to you to wonder why 5 such men as ourselves should have been driven to this? Why we should risk apprehension, public humiliation, disgrace? There is not one amongst us who is not burdened with responsibilities to others. Major, tell her your own story.
No.
Oh, please, Claude, tell her.
Well, it's just that, well, at this very moment, Mrs. Wilberforce, there is waiting an invalid. A dear, sweet little old lady, not may heaven bless her, not unlike yourself, waiting with patient serenity, but with high hope that she has nothing more to fear. My mother.
Each of them could tell a similar story. I planned the robbery, Mrs. Wilberforce. I wanted to help them.
No, I don't think, even if what you say is true, I still don't think it can be said to be enough justification.
Madam, how can you be so harsh?
You're a cruel woman.
But to sit in judgment on your fellow
I'm
creatures.
sorry.
This is getting us nowhere. We must do something.
Quite right, Mr. Harvey. We've got to tell her. Mrs. Wilberforce, I wanted to spare you this, but I'm afraid the police are after you, too.
That's right. You're as hot as the rest of us, Mom.
If they pick her up, there's no saying what they may do to her.
Pick me up. Would you mind
The job was planned
explaining?
in her house. She carried the lolly for us.
Yes, I know I carried the lolly.
She was ignorant of the plan, of course.
Ignorance in the sight of the law is no excuse, even if we swear that she didn't know what she was doing.
They'd never believe us.
Yeah.
Who'd believe anything we said?
Oh, but this is ridiculous. I know the superintendent. I shall deny any knowledge.
Never stand up to it, Grace. The grilling, the rubber houses, the rest of her life, sewing mailbags.
Mailbags?
And no one to look after the parents.
Oh.
We won't let them get you, Mrs. Wilberforce.
Why not? What's she ever done for us?
If they get us, I'll tell them she planned the job. I tell them she planned the big one.
Oh.
The East Castle Street job.
Oh, dear. What am I going to do? What am I going to do?
Pokey. No. Out that way.
Get where you are.
Don't answer it.
You must answer it. The light's on. When you were at the station with the trunk, what did you say to them?
Nothing. I've no idea. I don't remember.
Let's get out of here.
So where did we go?
No one's going anywhere. Mrs. Wilberforce, listen to me. Go to the door. Ask him what he wants. Say you're going to bed.
Yes.
If he asks about me, say I left this afternoon for Manchester. Don't let him in, you understand? He can't come in without a search warrant.
Not without a search warrant.
You don't want to rot in stare for the rest of your life, do you? Be sensible just for once. Stay buttoned up.
Buttoned up. Yes.
Good evening, Mrs. Wilberforce.
What do you want?
It's Sergeant MacDonald.
Yes, I know who it is. What do you want?
The superintendent asked me to call in on the way back.
What about? What's the matter?
Oh, it's nothing, Mum. Just to let you know we sorted out all that rumpus. You'll not be wanted.
I won't be wanted.
I won't come in. I'm all wet.
You can't come in. I'm going to bed early. Professor Marcus left this afternoon. You can't come in without a search warrant.
A search warrant, Mum? What would I be wanting with a search warrant?
You haven't got a search warrant, have you?
No, Mum.
Then good night.
Come in.
Why don't you let him in?
Whatever he says, just tell him to buzz off.
You're quite sure you're all right, Mrs. Wilberforce?
Of course I'm all right. Now, will you please buzz off? He's going off. He's going away. Was that all right?
Fine. Give him time to move off.
How now, Mrs. Wilberforce, in here. The cases. Let me give you a piece of advice. Don't go near a police station again. Any police station. Don't speak to a police constable again under any circumstances.
Just lie low and stay buttoned up, you understand? Don't talk to anybody about anything.
Surely you don't intend to take the money. Surely we must send back the money. I agree that we must stay low and buttoned up. It wouldn't be right to keep the money.
What? Now listen, Mama, listen with both ears. We've had just about all we're going to take from you. You don't seem to realize what this situation means.
No. No, I was quite wrong.
Doesn't she understand?
No, it isn't any good. I know what we must do. I know I carried the lorry for you. But even if they do make me sew mailbags, I would rather go to the police station and give myself up.
To look like an accident.
How about suicide?
What do you mean?
Well, get her to write a note, you know. I just couldn't stand it no more. Sorry, Mrs. Wilberforce, and then somebody goes down and hangs her. Very funny. You got a better idea?
Who's going to do it?
I couldn't. I should be terrified of muffing it. I mean to say.
It ought to be someone experienced in it.
Why look at me? Why should
We know how you feel about her. You've told us so often that you hate little old ladies.
And why not you? You are the one who masterminded this mess.
I'm not.
Professor, if we're going to the police station, we ought to go now.
Well, we'd sooner not go now, Ma, not in this rain. Mr. Lawson here's got a bad cold.
Oh, well, very well. As soon as the rain stops. I think in the meanwhile I had better lock these away, out of temptation. Thank you.
No, I won't. I can't.
Come now, Major. Enough of that.
No, I can't. All right, go ahead. I lost. I'll do it. No, not down there. Not in her own room. In front of the parents. Send her up here afterwards.
Good.
Mrs. Wilberforce, Major Courtney would like to speak to you privately, if you don't mind, upstairs.
Major Courtney, the doctor needs just a moment, please.
If you wouldn't mind us going upstairs, I think you'll find he has the solution to all our problems. It won't take a minute.
She had to go. She asked for it. She's probably been asking for it all her life.
Yeah. Look what she done to that barrow boy and a cabbie and a junkman. All of them out of business in 10 minutes.
I promise you, Mrs. Wilberforce, they've no intention of letting you take them to the police.
So the Professor Marcus said...
He was lying. At this very moment, they believe me to be bargaining for your silence. These men are criminals. And I, too, am one of them.
All the same, I don't like it.
Shut up, will you? Shut up! Please, let us try to be patient.
All I ask you is to believe me when I say, well, a spark of decency remains. I was moved, madam, by your appeal. I shall go to the police, even if the others do not. But I need your help. Stay here. Guard the money. Give me time to reach the officers of the law and bring them back with me. Do trust me.
Yes, but...
Major.
What's taking him so long? What's taking him so...
I'm still talking to Major Courtney. Wait downstairs.
He's gone. The Major's gone.
He's crossed us. Mrs. Wilberforce.
It's gone. The lolly's gone.
He didn't go the back way.
He's done us. He took the rock.
I've nothing to say. I'm going to stay buttoned up.
Louis!
On the roof! On the roof, quickly! Harder, man! Now, Louis. Oh, don't get excited.
No, thank you, Mrs. Wilberforce. No tea. Thank you, all the same.
What are you all doing? Professor, where did you get that cello case?
I'll have that, Mr. Robinson. I gave Mrs. Wilberforce our word that no attempt would be made to remove the money.
Thank you. Thank you.
Be sensible, old man. You don't think I'd walk out on you? The idea is preposterous. You know me better than that. Louis. Oh, no, Louis, old chap. Please. No, don't. No, Louis. No, Louis.
It won't do any harm. I tell you now, Major Courtney has gone for the police. They'll be here shortly. Oh, what was that?
Looks like something fell off the roof, Ma.
The roof.
A chimney pot.
A chimney
To
pot.
see who it is, Harry.
We'll talk about this when the police get here. It's long past my bedtime, and I've had a most exhausting day.
Well, where is he? Where is the Major? Is he up there still?
No, he come down.
Oh, bring him here.
He come down with the chimney pot.
The chimney. Is he hurt?
I shouldn't think he felt a thing.
I just decided something. I decided I'd change my mind. I ain't gonna do it.
What? Why not? What are you saying?
You're in this just as much as we are.
It's too late now, One Round, to have a mind to change. This is a hanging matter, One Round.
Why is it a hanging matter for doing the Major any more than it is for doing Mrs. Lopsided, eh?
That's not the point.
Tom, listen. I drew the match last time, didn't I? I took my chances, didn't I? I sat there when we thought the Major was doing it. Okay, I've had enough. If we were going to do it, we should have done it and got it over with.
Yeah, you're being stupid.
Okay, I'm stupid. But nobody touches Mrs. Lopsided. Nobody.
I see. Maybe 1 round is right.
What?
As 1 round says, the first thing to do is to lose the poor old Major. There's a wheelbarrow out there. Would you mind fetching it, please?
What for?
The Major has a train to catch. Harry and Louis are desperate men. We must be careful.
Let's get this clear. No one is running out now. That Goosehead is
Reliable. And dangerous. I had to sweeten him. That leaves the 3 of us.
All right.
Stop declining, will you? Come on.
All right, Harry. I'll give 1 round a hand. You stay with Louis.
Too noisy, eh? No, I can manage all right, thank you. And up, man. We're in a tough spot. Don't shout at it. All right.
I think 1 round you'd better fetch the car. Here is the key. There's no need to go through the house.
Hey, Professor, you wouldn't be trying to get me out of the way, would you?
Don't be stupid, 1 round.
Don't call me that. Just don't call me stupid. Just tell me what's going on. Hey, what are they doing in there?
No, it wasn't me. It was Anna. No, look, it was Harry. He's got the money, he's gone.
I said nobody was to do it. I said nobody was to do Mrs. Lopsided.
Stop that! What are you doing? And who is Mrs. Lopsided, may I ask? Where's Mr. Robinson?
He's outside.
Somebody took the key. The cello case has gone.
It's out there too.
Well, bring it in. I fell asleep. Somebody took the key out of my pocket. I'm very angry.
As you have every right to be. It's disgraceful, Mrs. Wilberforce. Shameful. Mr. Robinson will answer for it.
I'll take that, thank you. Professor Marcus, this is another black mark against you. I shall certainly tell the police.
What happened?
I thought they'd done her in. I thought Harry done her.
So?
So, all right. I made a mistake.
Put him in the barrow.
No.
What? What are you saying?
You lose, Harry. I'm staying with Mum.
Oh, have you any idea what's making the officers so long in coming?
All right. But afterwards, before we do her, we have to take care of him.
What my husband would have said about all this if he were alive. Captain Wilberforce was in the mercantile marines. He went down with his ship 29 years ago in a typhoon in the China Sea. These 3 little creatures were with him. He kept them in his cabin. Captain Wilberforce made sure they were safely on the last boat, but he himself remained at the salute on the bridge.
Look, I make a proposition to you. I'll take care of him. If you take care of her. That's a straight 50-50 split, huh?
No. I would rather it was the other way about. Let me have one round. You take care of Mrs. W.
Wait.
Guess who's next?
Wait a minute, one round. Don't shoot. Don't shoot. Don't shoot. Look, we can make a deal. You'll never get away by yourself. I'll help you. Do him. He's the one who got you into this. Do him.
I heard you. Both of you. I've been standing here all the time. Sure, you two were going to put me on the train. And all the time you've been telling me how stupid I am. Okay? So who looks stupid now, eh?
The safety catch was on.
It was a good plan, you know. I've worked on so many plans and they were all good, but this was the best, except for the human element. All good plans include the human element, but then I admit you were right. No really good plan could include Mrs. Wilberforce. Unless, of course, we had more men. There were only 5 of us. Little bum.
What's the matter? What's the matter with you? Take it easy, will you?
And it would take 20 or 30 or 40 perhaps to deal with her because we'll never be able to kill her, Louis. She'll always be with us. Forever and ever and ever. And there's nothing we can do.
You're crazy.
You mustn't say things like that, Louis, because I told you.
You must make me angry.
here, Louis. Seven gone, Louis. One more to go.
What are you doing?
I won't keep you, Louis. There'll be another train soon.